First of all, let me congratulate on the 200th meeting of the club. Wonderful. Kudos to every one of you for taking it this long. Congratulations, all the best, and keep having the flag held high. So, the topic that we are going to see today is wanted the most and utilized the worst. When Toastmaster Nalini approached me for a talk here, she gave a suggestion that she wanted something out of Toastmasters. She said, let's have something out of Toastmasters because it's going to be our milestone meeting. So here in this world, what is wanted the most and but then utilized the worst? We're going to discuss that. Before that, let me just play a short video and then we will discuss.
This morning I got up and got ready quickly because I had to get a lot of stuff done. I sat down at my desk to start getting my stuff done and I spilled my coffee, so I got a sponge to clean it up, and I figured I'd take an extra minute to clean the whole desk because a clean desk would help me get my stuff done. This morning I got up and got
Is it audible? Yes,
ready quickly. I spilled my coffee, so I got a sponge to clean it up, and I figured I'd take an extra minute to clean the whole desk because a clean desk would help me get my stuff done. When I was finished, I realized I hadn't eaten anything and I didn't want to be hungry while I got my stuff done, so I went into the kitchen and I was out of cereal. When I got to the grocery store, I remembered a bunch of other crap I needed to get, and I figured I was already there, so I did my shopping for the week so I didn't have to worry about it while I got my stuff done. When I got home, I didn't feel like cereal anymore, and so I made an omelet and I did the dishes so I wouldn't have to do them after I got my stuff done, and then I went out to get some oil from the hardware store because my desk chair is kind of squeaky and I didn't want to be distracted by a squeaky chair while I got my stuff done. When I got back, it was getting kind of late and I knew I wouldn't be able to get my stuff done today, so I started watching the Twilight Zone marathon on TV. I just have to make sure I get to bed early because I want to be well rested tomorrow so I can get my stuff done.
So I think many of us will be able to relate with it. Am I right? So can you tell me what has happened? What was happened? What was the speaker want, and finally where did he land up in? I would like to take it very interactively. So can I understand from you what is it that you understood from the video?
Actually, he wanted to start something to do, but instead of doing that, he's doing the multiple other things. By the day passed away. So then he said he relaxed and he will do the activity again the next day.
Okay.
In the practical life also, most of the people are doing the same thing. So we are planning to do something, but something or other thing we are continuously doing.
I think, are you a Toastmaster, Prabhu?
Yes.
Okay, Toastmaster Prabhu, you said most of the people do it. How about you?
Including myself,
So most of us do it, right? When I saw this video, I was able to relate myself with it so much. It is a regular thing, like he spilled his coffee, so he thought, okay, already the table is untidy. So that means the table has not been maintained properly. So let me clean that. Then again, and when he went to get something for his food, he felt that it wasn't there. So he wasn't prepared for that either. So there again, he went in, and when he went to the grocery, he saw that there were a lot of things that he wanted to buy, but he had not bought it. So he went to buy the entire shopping. And when he finished that, they came here. He just didn't want cereals. He thought, let me have an omelette, and he went to cook. And when he finished cooking, he thought that, oh, my vessels are yet to be done. If I do it now, I can save time later. Evening, it will not be messy. So he went in to do that also. Coming back, realized that he wouldn't be able to do what he wanted to do. So let me relax and start my work on time tomorrow. What do we relate this to? One word.
Procrastination. Work from home.
Procrastination. Beautiful. Thank you, Toastmaster Tejasvi. So we generally tend to do it, don't we? We think we will do this, we will do that today, tomorrow, next day, and all that. It goes on. So here we are going to discuss about time, whether we are utilizing the time that we have or wasting the precious time that we have. We might be able to regain everything, but except time. We will not be able to get that back. That last 1 second, what is gone is gone. So what are we doing? All of us from the first citizen of the country or the world till that person who is there outside, a mad person, also have 24 hours. How are we utilizing it? We have a lot of difficulties in managing our time, don't we? We want to manage it properly. It is not that we don't have the intention. We many a time think, oh, I want to do it. Like, let me be using my time properly. Let me be wise enough to use my time properly. And let me have it clearly. I make the most out of every second possible. We have a lot of intention, isn't it? We all of us will be able to tell me that, yes, we have a lot of intention, but we face a lot of difficulties. Every time we find like that person who went into spilled the coffee and finally went to watch TV. Similarly, this is what happens in our life also. We want to do this, but we do everything except that. So what do we do? First thing that we will be doing today is finding ways of diagnosing the difficulties. What, how, and can we diagnose first the difficulties? What are our difficulties? Then how do we come out of it? So what are our difficulties? Can you tell me, like, what are the difficulties that you have when you want to make the most out of your time? What are the difficulties?
Laziness.
Laziness, Tejasvi, so much relatable, I believe. So yes, thank
Distractions.
you. Distractions. And who brings in? The world?
Our mobile
Social
phone.
media.
Our mobile. Hello, my mobile brings it to me. It is not all our mobiles. It's my mobile brings it to me. Okay. What more? What more? What are the difficulties? Where all do we have the difficulties?
Unable to
web
prioritize.
Prioritizing. We have difficulty in prioritizing. Yes. What are the things?
Thinking we can do tomorrow.
Web series.
Web series. Yeah, you younger generation. Oh my God. I'm also having people having, I'm also having people here and getting a little more into web series. Today, Friday, you have 3 episodes coming in. Why is it that we have only 2 episodes having come and all? Such questions are happening at home. So I'll be listening to that web series. And I heard Sataman say something. I'm sorry, I missed you.
Thinking we can do tomorrow.
Yes, we have time. We think we have time. Like, it's last date was only 3 days. We've got 3 more days. So I've got another. Even if I don't do it today, I have 2 more days. So let me move more. Yes. What more? So these are the difficulties and many others. We'll be able to talk a lot. I just would like to maintain my time. So diagnosing the difficulty. So now what do we do? How do we tackle it? There's something called the RAC method. RAC, the first letter stands for recording. Here doesn't mean as we record our meetings to record, but we find it difficult. When we say record, when we say recording, it goes on to, we don't, is it difficult? And it is difficult at times, isn't it? I'll just go into the 3 and then get into this. First one is recording, and then second one is analyzing, and the third step, changing. RAC, R for recording, A for analyzing and changing. So now coming into recording, what all should we record? From the moment we get up, till the moment we go to bed, we can start recording. Is it possible? Is it possible? Is it always possible? Like, what do? Like, we do so many things with our mobile, don't we? And the mobile is always perennially in our hands, isn't it? Always. Even when we sleep, it is not near our pillow only. So we can have a notes or a calendar or a planner somewhere and enter it, can't we? So from the moment we go to bed, if we can enter all the work that we are doing, some simple thing, I'm sure that we are doing so many things, and doing this will not be an issue. Only thing is, you will have to start doing and continue doing. You might miss a day. Doesn't matter. Start again. Do not wait for perfection. I just started my Spotify, and I've been waiting for 3 months. Like, I've been recording, sending to people, getting comments, then waiting. I've been waiting for 3 months went by, but I was not able to start. Finally, I met in one of the Toastmasters meeting. One person suggested, ma'am, you're talking so much. Why don't we do a Spotify? So I said, like, look, this is the issue. He said, ma'am, we'll discuss this. And he came back to me and he said, ma'am, let's start. And we started. There are a lot of things that we can do it better. But once you start, you have that commitment to do it. You have that commitment to do it better. So only when you start something. So here, when you have to record something, start. You might miss today. So like you might have been so busy that you might have missed. Doesn't matter. Go back. Whatever you remember, you write, and then you write you've forgotten, and go ahead. So have that. If you can have a physical copy, that will be well and good, which you can see, it will be well and good, but then very, very important that you record. See, when you do it on your mobile, most of the time you don't get back to it at all. But only here, it has to be reminding you of it. So record everything that we are doing. It might, like, ma'am, this is what people have been telling, but then you know what big thing about it, when you look at it, when you work at it, you will know how much it is happening. So when you regularly start doing it, only then you will know the difference. Only when you will know the difference of this. Otherwise you will not know what difference this simple thing can make. I can tell you of one habit. I'm a person who never folds my bed sheet. I never fold my bed sheet until 2020 April. Okay, so I got into a 5 a.m. club because of all this virtual thing. I got into a 5 a.m. club, and there when we started about some habits, I started folding my bed sheet. That gives you a dopamine of having done something successfully early in the morning. So with that, when you start your day, things move on. So start with that folding a bed sheet. Now it is like, initially it happened that my maid used to come and fold my bed sheet. So when she saw regularly my bed sheet being folded, she asked me, Amma, did I do something wrong? Why is it that you started folding your bed sheet? This is how it happened at home. So you will have to ensure that you're doing it regularly, that it becomes a habit. So start today, not tomorrow, today. Okay, from this moment, and then analyze, write down, like find out, evaluate that. How many minutes did I spend on this, and that? And how much time did I waste? Add up those minutes. If you don't have to do anything else, just write, find out how much time you wasted, add up those minutes. That's all. That will create everything that has to happen here. That's, that is involuntary. Unconscious, it happens. Believe me, I'm not, I hope I can very well tell you repeatedly, and I've been telling this, I never talk theory. Unless I have conviction and I have some experience over it, I will not tell this. So I can very well tell you out of experience that this makes us realize a lot. It happens. You don't know. That's some mechanism that person that superior person has kept in us, that it alarms this and it goes in. So when you analyze, you understand. You don't have to do anything except analyzing and then changing. When you change, you get the wasted time. Ma'am, how was it, ma'am? What I mean to say is, whatever you've not been doing, now, when you change yourself, you get time and you become so focused that usually what you've been taking 40 minutes, you'll be able to do 20 minutes, and whatever you'd missed will be able to be done. But how do we get back? As Toastmaster Nalini said, prioritizing. How do we prioritize? I think we all know that 4 quadrangles, you remember that, right? Most urgent and most important. Most important but not urgent, most urgent, again important but not urgent, and then not important, not urgent. You got those 4 quadrants, you remember that? So when you plan your work, when you have to plan your work, then plan it like that itself. Put it in the 4 quadrangles. When you plan for today, start writing in those 4 quadrangles. My daughter was telling me, Amma, I said, write. She said, I'm forgetting my work. I said, write. She said, I'm writing it, but I don't know how to prioritize. So now that she started with this, and she says, this is so easy, right? I can put, and I asked her to have 4 colors. All the 4 quadrangles will be the 4 colors. And as it put a tick into it. And again, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, the main thing is when we can have it physically, when you can look into it repeatedly, it makes a lot of difference. It is not that you put it into your mobile, you put it into your laptop, and it is out of sight, out of mind. When it is before you, physically before you, you will know how things are moving. So it is not that there is so much of the difference between, being obsessed over it and just having a thought over it. So that is different. Don't get confused with obsession and focusing. So prioritizing. So here, prioritizing. So when you do the prioritization of work, you are able to declutter properly. What is needed? What is not needed? What can be avoided? Decluttering happens very, very easily and naturally. And after that, the schedule becomes much more effective. So when your schedule becomes much more effective, and when you are able to do whatever you want to do, here, when I say scheduling, it is not then again generic scheduling. When do you start your work? How is it that you want to go? So I would like to have a time-bound schedule. This work, 60 minutes. Another work, 20 minutes. Have a time-bound schedule. That's very, very important. If you leave it to like, okay, today I will finish it, then also our procrastination will come and they'll say, oh, only 12 o'clock now. We've got now, I sleep only at 10 o'clock. Today, let me sleep at 11 o'clock. I have time. So let me do it. So you push it further, further, further. So only when you don't finish it with that planned time, you can change. At times, you might have to change here and there. Morning, what you plan for the evening can be brought in, but then try to put it in as much as possible within the schedule and go with the schedule. We are not robots, I accept. We are not computers, I accept. But we are powerful than the robots and the computers. We are much more powerful. We say that we are not robots, and definitely we are not those machines. We are human beings. We have so much of emotions in us, so much of feelings in us. So that gives, so how do we get into it? Procrastination is what we said, that is going to disturb everything. And now our thoughts will have to be about preventing procrastination. So what all can be done? What do you think that we can do to prevent procrastination? Tell me. What all? What do you think? What do you think that we can do to prevent procrastination? How can we do it? I said prioritizing. Don't repeat whatever I've told you, okay? Prioritizing, scheduling, and decluttering. Other than that, what all do you think you can do to avoid procrastination? What can you do?
Reward yourself for doing something.
Beautiful. Reward yourself. You're telling, you saw my PPT or what, Nalini? Yeah, rewarding yourself is one beautiful thing. Yes, appreciating ourselves. Do we appreciate ourselves? Can you all take your hand like this? May I see your hand like this? Think about something good that you really did. Think, just bring something to your mind about something that you really loved that you've done by yourself. Take that and give a pat here. Think that and do it. Did you get goosebumps? Did you get goosebumps? If you had really taken it, you would have gotten goosebumps. Your hairs will stand on its end. You will see that. So self-appreciation is very, very important. So every little time when you do it. When I started folding my bed sheet, I used to look at it and say, your bed looks neat, Pongal. You could have done it. Okay, fine, good. You have done it today. For that simple folding my bed sheet, which is supposed to be a simple thing, if it's a shameful thing to tell you that I was not doing it all these years. But even that, when you started appreciating, drinking water, we've been told now so much. When your bottle is over, have 2-3 bottles together, fill 3 bottles and keep it. When 1 bottle is over, good, completed 1 bottle, very good. Simple things. What happens is the message to your brain goes thus, that when this person decides, this person is capable of accomplishing it. So the involuntary action is the brain starts working towards your dreams also, without you going into nag, be obsessed, or just think, overthink, worried. I'm so stressed, ma'am. Finally, anxiety, stress, tension, BP, sugar, everything. So instead of that, that is one beautiful thing of procrastination. What more do you think we can do? What more? How can we avoid procrastination? Yes, I hate a silent session, you know. It shouldn't be monotonous. It's boring to be monotonous. I hate listening to my voice alone. Yes, Satapan, please.
Thinking positive.
Please, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, thinking positive, ma'am.
Thinking positive. Okay, good. Good. That was an answer. Very good. Yes, what more? Procrastination. Does it happen with our knowledge or it happens without our knowledge? Do we realize it? That we are procrastinating many a time? We don't even realize it.
It depends on which activity you do.
Depends on what activity you do.
Yeah, if it is interesting, we realize it. If it's not interesting, yeah.
Who makes it interesting and who decides that it is interesting and it's uninteresting? Who decides on that? It is I. It is I. I think it is interesting to me. I think it is boring to me. I think, oh my God, I have to do it. Oh my God, I have to do it. Same words, same thing. Emotions are different. So the way you look at it decides whether it's interesting to you or not. We know we have to do something. We know we can't be sitting idle. We can't be always watching TV or always playing or always doing something like that. We need to do something productive. So when we are doing something productive, when we can tune, see, again, coming to tell you a story from my life, I took up a job to buy my provisions. To be very, very frank enough, I had 2 daughters, an irresponsible husband, so I had to buy my provisions. I was born with a silver spoon, got into a wrong marriage, and I was there. I couldn't provide food for my children. And I took up a job to buy my provisions. And when I was there as a first standard teacher, I was in a very elite school as a first standard teacher. And standing at the door, I have cried many days because I was known for my impatience. I was known for my impatience. But then I have to be patient. I can't even, it was an elite school. Parents will come and throng. So you can't do anything. So I remember crying, but then I'll get into the restroom, cry myself, wash my face and tell myself, this is what I am able, this is what gives me that money to feed my children. So I should be happy. And I used to plunge myself into my class and forget it. So this is what I do. So interesting, uninteresting. I don't have a way out. If you're going to think that you don't have a way out, you'll never have a way out. If you're going to think about how do I create a way out, you will have umpteen doors opening up to create ways out. So it depends on your thinking. So procrastination also can be prevented by the way we think. So what can we do? Something called the salami technique. So I'm just using some theories because you can also go refer. It's nothing but breaking into small chunks. Think about what you have to do. Brainstorm about what you have to do. And then write it. Whatever comes, write it. Then analyze it and properly, clearly bring it into write it and do it, leave it. Then you will see a lot of clarity in what you're going to do and how you're going to do. We just plunge at it. We feel, oh my God, this much. And finally, no, all of a sudden a maid doesn't come. The vessels are all heaped up. And the moment we go, it's, oh my God, the sink is full. Instead of that, I tell my daughter, take away all the bigger ones. I will wash the bigger vessels. Just keep it for me. And then when so 75% of the place is clean, right? Most of it, it's only the bigger vessels clear, then blocking the place. Take it. Now only small. This much only, you finish it off. She finishes. He said, Amma, no, I'll do it. I don't want you to do it for me. Let me do it. It happens. That's all. It was she who thought that it was uninteresting or it was so big or Herculean, but then it was she who decided for her mom, she will not allow her mom to do something and she'll do it. It will happen in you also. If you can really think about how am I going to do it instead of why, oh my God, why this person, I don't know, all people are super good leaders. I have one person, big headache, and he just can't even understand what I do. All this, what is going to happen? Your productivity is going to be at a loss, nobody else. So how are you going to take it? So salami technique is nothing but breaking into chunks, putting it in order, and then when you put it in order, have a plan, commit to yourself, not to anyone else. Commit to yourself. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? how am I going to complete it? So make a commitment to yourself that you're going to do it properly. Can we have them muted? Yeah, thank you. So what am I going to do? If you're going to make that commitment, how you are going to do it. When you have a plan, you will make that commitment. Finally, as Toastmaster Nalini said, rewarding. How do you reward? Plan a work. You have a work for an hour. Take a 30 minutes, break it into two small chunks, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Take 20 minutes, 25 minutes work. Have that 5 minutes for yourself. What are you going to do with that 5 minutes, with those 5 minutes? Or take 15 minutes and 10 minutes, or take 45 minutes and 15 minutes. Depends on the work that you're doing, depends on what you want to do. A small reward, a small thing. I wanted to do certain things. And I thought, okay, I lost my presenter and I wanted a presenter. So I thought, okay, this time when I finish this, I will present myself that presenter. So I ordered a presenter. So don't expect someone. There's a chocolate box near you. Today I'll have 2 chocolates. Otherwise, I'm allowed to have only 1 chocolate a day. So take 1 chocolate. Today I'll have another chocolate also. So you will see the dopamine. You will feel it and you will know. See, whatever I've told is not big, like that's something that you've not known. The only thing is we have not put it to practice. The only thing is we have not put it to practice. So if we can go into the 3 ways which I said, and salami technique, making commitments and rewarding yourself, then you get to plan your time so well. You will see that you're out of the 24 hours, you've got a lot of time. Me time is possible. Me time. I used to be so busy or feel that I'm going to be so busy. But right now, the amount of time that I'm giving to Toastmasters, I feel like it's interesting because I'm doing a lot of planning. How am I going to do it? I do a lot of planning. And your goal setting becomes easier. When you are able to do your planning properly, your goal setting becomes easier. Would you like to get into your goals? Yes. Am I right? All of us would like to have our dreams come true. So I have got 13 minutes and the 13 minutes of questions. I have a timer with me.
I have a doubt.
Yes, please.
When we plan, we block out a specific time for a specific activity, but when that time actually comes, we may feel tired to do that activity, or we may have some other mind block to do that activity. So how do we handle that?
So when you plan an activity, you will be planning for a certain period of time, right? So here, first thing is your mental tiredness, you said. So it is because of the continuous, or you've been doing it something else and in between, so continuously doing the monotonous work, and that is why you have that coming in, the tiredness or the monotony. It's only the mindset, okay? Most of the time it is only the mindset. Unless you have a lot of physical work, most of the time it's only the mindset. So when you can have that break, that mental breaks in between, you will be able to talk to yourself. Or if you feel, take a small nap, a 5-minute nap. But then 5 minutes should be 5 minutes, okay? Not another not more 5 minutes, another 5 minutes like that. So only thing is a self-talk. For me, it's a powerful self-talk. I sit and say, Pongal, we will do this, Pongal. I just sit, I rock myself and I say, I know, yes, accept you're tired, but why don't we do it in a different way? Work at it. I just ask as if I'm talking to a third person. This is how I handle when I feel tired or when I feel uninterested, especially to do it. I change myself, my body. And they say that even your body posture, changing your body posture changes your mindset. So get up, have a few steps around your your chair, and then come back to your seat. You might have a shift in your mindset. The psychologists have proven that it changes. So even that, your shift in your body posture shifts your mentality. So your mindset. So you can do that also. You can try that. Yeah. Hope I've answered your question, Tejasvi. Yeah. Any other question?
Yes. I have a question. Yes. My question is about the changing priorities. We always plan well in advance, and we keep our goal very defined goal, and we also do a lot of the preparation to achieve that goal also. The problem which I come across is that like the change in priorities. Okay. So the change in priorities primarily arises from the surroundings. So whether it is a family or a professional commitment or something comes up out of the blue, some other priority comes up. So how do we control the uncontrollable surroundings which is changing our priorities?
Uncontrollable priorities. It's like, see, for example, the one thing that I would tell you is, I start my journey from Chennai to Thoothukudi. Okay, I take my car and I start. Will I be able to see the destination from here as of now? When I start from Chennai, no, right? It will be only the distance which my car's headlight can move only is visible. So I keep going. So keep going with the flow. Though you are prepared for the 24 hours, you are planned. I have a brother who says that I don't plan very much in my life. My bigger goals are not very planned. Okay. So all my bigger goals are there. Like, I don't know. My plan is my ambition is to become the president of India. Okay. That's it. That's an ambition. That's all. But I know I'll be there when Rashtrapati. I can't leave it. See, when I say that also, I'm not able to shoot away just casually. So because I'm so convinced about my plan, my dream. So when you are so convinced, about what your plan, say when you prioritize something and you say that you have something coming disturbing, but here using your time efficiently is what works out. So you have, at times it's unavoidable things. You might have to completely stop here and move on there and then come back and plan again. It is not always, we are again, you do it in a computer, you can go, the computer does it because it doesn't have any other external emotions or feelings or family. It can go on, but we have so many other things. So it can happen. So when the prioritizing did not work out, hold on. Today, something else has come as a topmost priority than what you had prioritized, or it might not even be a priority. For example, I can quote what's happening at home. My son-in-law will have an important call. My daughter will say, like, no, we are going out. And he can't, for his peace of life, he has to take her out. Okay. So she's not at home, so I can very comfortably talk. So he has to leave out everything and take her out. And finally coming back, that man sits at night and finishes work. So at times you might also have to do it. Okay. So the only thing is, what I here want to tell you is your happiness matters the most than anything else in life. Am I right? To live with peace, live with peace matters the most than anything else. So here and there, you might have a jerk on not able, we might do all plans. See, I have a brother who has planned very well, he says in 2007, I believe, 2006 or 7, he had a provisions, he spent only 2,000 rupees for provisions. Now he's unable to finish off his provisions for 25,000 rupees. So he says within 15 years, we have like grown, the cost has gone up so much. He has all those records. And what has he done in life? He has a small child whom he just couldn't afford to get into. He earns really well. I don't mean to say he's not, but then he's unable to put him in a school which his son was very excellent, like a very, very a brainy child. But then because of his planning, that logical planning, he didn't plan beyond that. And then not even for a birthday, like nothing, like so much of planning. Okay. So that he has a son there in an ordinary school, and he has a house worth 35 lakhs, 40 lakhs, which he bought. But believe me, I can very proudly tell you that I'm a single parent. I'm here. When my daughter went abroad to have her education, he was telling me, are you an idiot? Are you a fool? You can ask her, she will get a job, a proper job here, and she can make 1.5 lakh per month. She did it in NIT Trichy. So she will be able to, why can't you use her to help, at least for her marriage? But then my daughter has a dream of winning the Nobel Prize, and I don't want to stand in between because of money. So I said, I left it to God and I started working at it. Things fell in line. She completed with a university topper, as the university topper, and she's placed with Volvo Trucks in the research and development. I'm telling you my stories just to tell you that things can happen. So it doesn't go with all your planning always. You plan, but he is the master planner. So think, whatever you plan, keep going. Don't be so bogged down to the plan. Don't get into that everything. Whatever I've told might be, it's only a theory. When it comes to practical, you might have to make amendments. You might have to do a lot of patching up here and there. There might have been a lot of loopholes, like pinning up here, plugging in here and there. All those things have to happen in human life. So I would suggest that go with a generic plan. When things don't happen, leave it. Again, I can tell you one more. I'm just en route to it. Let me get that and I'll tell you again in another meeting. I wanted something 3 years back. I was bent upon it. I said, no, this has to happen. And I was doing everything to get it done and make it happen. And it didn't work out at all. So I said, okay, I want to do it, but then fine, let's see. And I went on to do every other thing that came my way. And believe me, all of a sudden, I get a call 2 weeks back and things have fallen in line. So unexpectedly, so without me going after it, it is coming. What I want wants me. Believe that and keep going with your plans. But it might look very philosophical, probably for my age. I can tell you out of experience, my dear friends, youngsters, when you can get into this attitude of what I'm talking, you will see that happiness and that success in life. Kangen, I don't know whether I answered your question, but still.
Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, so though it's very philosophical, but I can able to connect a bit of it. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I had one question, ma'am. So
yes. Yeah.
So say like if we are a master in something.
Okay.
So say for example, we are a master in teaching or we are a master in something.
Okay.
So what is happening if some member is coming and telling that that firstly, you are ready for that? Like so I want to know how to take this situation.
I didn't get your question properly, Satapan.
Say like if you are master in something.
Can you please mute TTM Kumar again? Yeah, please.
Yeah, we are master in something.
Yeah.
The man who don't know anything about us,
okay,
he is and asking the question that, hey, you know about this. Can you come in front of me and teach about this? So how do we have to take this up? We have to go and teach to him, or we have to neglect that and we have to go.
So when someone comes and asks you something, give whatever is possible. Don't just leave it, push it aside. No. Let him know you, let him not know you.
And actually, why I am asking this situation is like, I have faced multiple situations like this.
Okay.
What will happen? I will be going to him and then I will be explaining to him as well. What is their mindset? They never ever listen. Actually, they want us like you are not the correct person. So
I understand. He makes you feel as if you're small. He makes you feel small. That's what, like, as if he doesn't know anything, but then he makes you feel small. That's what you're driving. Am I right?
Yeah.
So what do we do? How do we handle? Ignore. I had a grandmother who came to us and told us, like, when we were discussing about something, I don't know, but something happened at home and we were discussing about King Akbar, Akbar and all. So she came, she told, yeah, Akbar was ruling in Delhi when I was in my 5th standard. We said, oh, Akbar was ruling Delhi when you were a child. And she said, yes, I know. Like, and she went on. And then he said, oh, apdi aachi, seri, okay. Cheri aachi. We stopped there. And after that, whenever she comes, we amongst our brothers and sisters, say, hey, Akbar kalatha valdavanga. Akbar period. Stop. And so you will have to understand those people and make them, see, it's only to feed their ego. If you feel that it is not going to work out, don't spend your time and energy. Feed their ego. I just can't reach to your level. So that's what this is what I do actually. Because it's no point banging your head against the wall, right? And you're going to bleed. So this is what I'll do. So, and we have a lot of people like that also. I have a student who tells me, ma'am, the mail which I send it to my boss, he forwards that mail to his boss as if it's sent from him without even changing my name there underneath. Like, he doesn't even copy paste, he sends it, forwards it, and it goes with my name. And that's a man I have to report to. Like, one student, he really comes in. He repeatedly comes in and complains it of one person like this. So you will have people come. I'm sure that you're facing somebody like that. You can very well don't allow anyone to make you feel small. That's one thing that, like, you should be able to make yourself happy or sad. So don't give that freedom or that right to anyone else. This again is very philosophical. Sit down, calm down yourself, think, you will understand. And that makes a lot of difference. Your peace is the most important than anybody else or somebody else praising us that, oh, you God, she's so good, he knows everything. Nothing. We want our peace. And let's move on.
Yeah, nice said, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. So
I have one doubt.
Yes, Antonio.
So literally when you were speaking about you were answering Sadhapan, so I had a question in mind to ask.
I didn't hear you. My timer rang, and so I didn't hear you. Please repeat.
Okay. Okay. So when you were answering Sadhapan right now, so I had a question in mind to ask, but immediately when you finished answering it, I forgot what to ask. So what to do in this kind of situation? How to remember that question? We
are human beings. First, accept that we're human beings. We will forget. And what big deal? So if you want to do it, like, you have your laptop, you have your mobile, type a message and keep it ready, or have always, like, whenever there is something, have a pen and a paper near you, start writing if something comes into your mind, and then it goes on. So don't worry on that. Just if it is not, I'm always available. You can always ask the question to me. That's not an issue. So don't worry on that. Yeah. Good. Thank you, because see, when it happens, when it happens only when you're engrossed into something. I'm happy that you got engrossed into what I was talking. So thank you so much. Thank you. I think my time is up. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Toastmaster Nalini, for being behind me, making me, so much, giving me so much of time, because I wanted this time to have a proper talk. So thank you so much. And pleasure being here. Congratulations once again. Kudos to you. God bless you all. Thank you.